Hello and welcome back. I'm terribly sorry the video cut out there. I ran out of hard disk space and I didn't realise, so I'd continued playing for a little while and realised it hadn't been recording. So I've had to come back to the most recent autosave, which was only about 6 months before I stopped playing last time. So Nagai have just shown up again, but we've got some troops in the field which should be able to deal with them. I was just about to annex Twer, so let's get on with that. Oh, we're now accepting Tatar as a part of our nation. That's good because we're going to be getting a lot of provinces with that culture, and it does mean we'll lose the tax penalty, which at the moment is minus 30%. So I believe that will disappear once the month has passed. So I'll just check once March arrives. Oh, it breaks my heart to come after Twer like this. They've been absolute heroes, and even now at the very end they just won't give in. Right, let's head down to Astrakhan. Okay, let's just say goodbye to Twer. Thank them for all their help they gave, all the rebels they mopped up, all the sieges they broke. But they're going to a better place. Okay, I'll bring this army up to the eastern border in preparation for the inevitable arrival of the Golden Horde. Ooh, this is very good. It seems the Golden Horde are breaking the Ottomans' colonisation attempts, and that's wonderful. At the moment we don't have any cores on their land, so it would be pretty nice if we didn't have to attack the Ottomans. I suspect it would be nice to have some of Anatolia, so we may end up heading south at a later date. But you know, right now my focus really is east. Still have a pretty significant revolt risk towards the south, unfortunately. Okay, let's get colonising whilst we can. I am pretty confused about the quality and quantity slider. I know as Russia we are going to have a huge amount of troops, and as a result of that, quality will be useful because it will speed up the reinforcement speed. However, I don't know how much of an issue losing discipline is going to be. So I'm going to stay at +2 for now, and I'll take the prestige hit. But I won't head any further towards quantity. At a later date, when we have way too much manpower, then I think I might start heading towards quality, but it will be one of the last movements I make. Okay, some rebels in Kharkov, which reminds me I need to replace a regiment of infantry that was lost. wonder how the Golden Horde are at war with Tunisia. That's pretty random. Yes, pursue the rebels, please. Thank you, guys. Ah, spread of Protestantism. Muscowy is turning Protestant. For quite some time, too. We're not going to be able to attempt to convert them until 1541. Ah, another revolt. Just a tiny one, though. And another slider change. Okay, now to modernise my military, I don't need to be innovative. So heading back up towards narrow-mindedness is going to be on the cards at some point, just so I can be in a position to get missionaries each year. Because we're going to have so much religious disorder in our lands, I want to be able to deal with that. Otherwise, heading towards free subjects is an option. As is heading towards land. I think I'll get land maximised first of all, just to kind of reduce the cost of my troops and to get a bit more manpower. It's not like I'm going to have a huge navy at any point, so we're not really losing anything. Ah, excellent. Our first land tech upgrade. We can now build better cavalry. Let's check them out. Oh yeah, get more defensive morale and some actual shock. That's good. Marvellous. Okay, looks like we've got some tiny sieges to break. And this army may have finally reached Kexholm. I suppose one thing to be concerned about with having the capital in St. Petersburg is that it is going to be vulnerable to attack from Finland or any of Scandinavia, come to mention it. And also, which is a bit of a strange thing to complain about, it is going to take our colonists longer to get to the provinces we're colonising. Even more so as we head further east. Still, that's there's no denying the benefits we've gotten from westernising and regaining our stability straight away. Excuse me. Now, I'm very happy to admit that it's extremely late in the game to have formed Russia. I've read AARs where it's been formed as early as 1430, and it's definitely in the realms of possibility given the missions you're given as Muscovy. However, I think, given the amount of wars I was facing, I've not done too badly. I'm definitely happy to have gotten this far. There have been quite a few times where I've doubted whether or not I'll have survived as a nation. Yet here we are. Oh, decisions. Okay, so we can get rid of those pesky Muscovites. I do find it strange how you can get your former nation rebelling against you. It does seem counterproductive, really. It's like you're rebelling against yourself. Bursh. Okay. Guess where this army will be going next. Okay, so they're running off to Ruthenia. No doubt Austria will crush them. Interestingly, the main focus of this war is Venice, which seems to be doing fine. It's only her allies that have taken such a massive beating. Oh, Government 9, another idea. Now, I've been pondering this a great deal. My first inclination was to look at taking National Bank and getting that permanent 0.1 inflation reduction, which may well still be a good option. I do think that our economy is going to pick up pretty dramatically now, though. Bill of Rights would be useful. We are going to get a lot of different cultures within Russia, so this will give us a permanent reduction to our revolt risk of -2. And it will occasionally give us a bump to tax in random provinces. That's the Minority Prospers event. Patron of the Arts will be wonderful for the cultural tradition and the events it can proc. Church attendance duty is the other one I've been considering. Not only will it make it much easier to increase stability, which is going to be a bigger issue given that we've westernised, it will also open up the wonderful events Gilded Iconography, which basically gives you a permanent prestige bonus and a permanent bonus to your cultural tradition. And then there's Colonial Ventures, which is an extra colonist per year. We're definitely not short of colonists, but I'm going to need so many of them in the coming years. And yeah, I am still a bit confused, so I'll come back to it in a little while. Yep, Austria's just gobbled up those rebels. See, I don't really expect prestige to be a problem given the amount of battles we'll be having. But the bonus we'll get to cultural tradition the bonus we could get to cultural tradition would be very useful indeed. So I think I'm going to go for church attendance duty. We've still got some pretty stability expensive events to get through, such as forming the Imperial Administration. Okay, not sure what's going on there. And, well, basically Russia is going to get huge, so discounting the stability costs as much as we can is definitely within our interest. To enact gilded iconography, we're going to need 432 ducats. And as you see here, yeah, it's a +3 to yearly cultural tradition. An improvement to missionary chants, that's very useful. Surprise rebels. I thought they'd been killed. That's very annoying. It'd be a waste of a colonist to send one when their population's at 952. So I'll always hold back a little bit. Shouldn't take too long, I hope. In the meantime, I'll reinforce my rebel hunting army. The revolts do seem to be growing in size, so I think that will be doing me a big favour. Okay, so we're now properly investing in research. I'll hurry up. Should only be about 4 months, but I'm impatient. Fantastic, there we go. Is that out of range? Oh, wow. That's bizarre. Oh no, see we can. I'm not sure why it was saying it was out of range there. Perhaps it was still registering a rebellious army in there. Still, never mind. The other reason I elected to pick up church attendance duty was the fact that we're going to be short of magistrates. So it's best not to waste them with commissioning paintings when they could be being used to build buildings. I hope that makes sense. So we have a truce expiring with the Golden Horde at the end of this year. They're not quite back up to their old strength. They're currently fielding 50,000 troops. But I have improved cavalry now. I'm going to start to pull ahead technologically, which is just going to turn the battles in my favour even more. Unfortunately, the Ottomans do seem to have retaken these 2 provinces. Wow. I'm so happy to see them get their comeuppance. Yet terrified of Austria getting closer. Get out of here, Golden Horde. You can't just rest in my territory. We're also going to be losing a lot of prestige from the cores we have that are uncontested at the moment, so hopefully the Gilded Iconography will help offset that. Okay, the central trade in Astrakhan is stagnating, so the sooner we can get more provinces to feed it, the more likely it is to survive. Novgorod's still doing fairly well. Ah, why did I miss that? Damn it. Yep, and here come the Horde. Okay, I'll call this for an episode, and join me next time. Thanks for watching, guys.